I'm going to try to do this podcast as fast as possible, so I don't want to keep you on here going too long, man. But I had some amazing stuff happen to me today that I need to talk about, why it's fresh on my mind. I had a conversation about a few days ago that I still been kind of thinking about. It was about like, I don't say I was bragging, but I was telling my wife, I'm like, everything that's happened to us good, or everything that's happened to me good in the last 10 years has come after a disaster. Like, so I was telling her, I'm looking for the pain. Like when something painful happened to me, I just know that I'm going to get through and something amazing is going to happen right afterwards. Right. That's how it seems like it always happens. Like I get into a hard spot where I have to like shed my skin or whatever of what I was used to been doing and do something completely different. Right. But it always takes something like a disaster, like me getting into like all my business, one of my businesses almost shutting down, and I just kick in the gear and I get to the next level. You know, I have to sit down for maybe 2 or 3 weeks and I really get things together and I get to the next level. So I was thinking about that today. I was thinking about how I just like go from thing to thing. Like, and I was thinking about now when things ain't bad, like how do I get to that point where I have that painful situation looming over my head, and then I'm gonna be able to like focus and, you know, like zig and zag and get to the next level. Right. And I was like, so I really started thinking about today. I was in the gym and I started thinking about, first, that's why I started. I said, how does that pain make me feel? Like, what emotions was I feeling when I felt my back was in the corner and I was able to sit down and focus for 5, 6, 7 hours a day? That's all I'm doing is trying my best to get to the next thing. It was easy for me to sit down and just do nothing but think about that, right? So I'm thinking in the gym. I'm thinking in the gym about this, right? How do I create that focus in my life where I know I have to get through this to get to the next level, right? And then I'm lifting away, just thinking, and I'm getting all these different scenarios in my head. And then next, you know, it was like I don't say it was a light bulb, but I mean, it was such an enlightened moment in my mind that, I mean, I really wanted to leave the gym and come here and talk on this podcast about this thing that I just figured out in life. And it is this: the only thing I did different during that time when pain is happening in my life, when I have extreme pain, is I'm focusing on one thing for multiple days. My brain comes up with the issue. I mean, with the problems. I mean, with the solutions to my problems. But I give it time. When I have a real problem, I give my brain time to work it out. Like days of continuous thinking, continuous pounding of my processor on how we gonna fix it. And I've always gotten through, right? And I'm like, why is it so hard for us to do days of processing on how you want to get to the next level? Like, we find when things is good and you check the bank account and it's full of money or full for what you think is good money, people not proud. You're not sitting around processing the things that you want to go get to. You're just out the window. Your brain is finding distractions because it's nothing in that place. Like when pain is there, your body understands pain. It's like, I want to get away from this. So we have to go through this to get to the next level. So what they're going to do, they're going to push through to get through that pain so they can get back to the pleasure. Right? But when things is pleasurable in your life, how you're not focused on one thing for a long period of time. You're not letting your brain sit there on your next issue or your future issue long enough for you to move to the next level. And as I was sitting in the gym, not listening to no music, I was processing that problem, thinking about the process. I don't know if that makes sense. Thinking about what makes me strong and how do I come up with the ideas when I was in pain. I've been thinking about it for days. I was thinking about what I did for days to get out of a painful situation. And that's all I did. I figured it out. It took me 3 days of steady process, you know, because Shakina said, like, that's not the best way to grow. You know, like, you looking for pain? I'm like, I'm not looking for pain. I can't, when it comes to me, I'm open arms. I'm like, yeah, push your boy down. Your boy coming back up. You know what I'm saying? Push me down. I don't mind, right? But when things is good, how much are you thinking about your future and the next level? When things is just, when you right there, it's that survival rate. Like things ain't bad and things ain't that good. But how much are you thinking about the future at that time? How generous are you with your thinking processes to let your brain process your next level when things is just level? You know, it ain't going down and you really ain't going up. Or you focusing and obsessing on those things to make you go up at that time. That's what I feel like when I hear all the gurus talking about focus. That's what they have. because it always works. If you give your brain enough time to think about something, to focus on something for hours, repeated amount of hours, your brain will find a great solution for you. But we don't do that. It's easy to get distracted when things is at normal or going semi-good. It's easy to get distracted. Vacations, family, food, drinks, celebration. Get bored with your future, thinking about your future when you're bored. I ain't talking about not to be confused with fantasizing. I'm saying think about the steps that you're about to take to get you to that future. Like you want it. You don't have it right now. But let your brain figure out the smallest step that you can figure out to do right now. So you can get to that fantasy land or your future. It ain't fantasy land. It's just you manifesting, but thinking about those steps today without distractions. It was amazing. I thought about this today and I just, when my mind was blown, I'm like, man, I might not listen. I usually read books during the gym. And when some like crazy profound thing gets said to me, I stop. I write notes in my phone. And I usually don't cut the music back on. I don't cut the radio back. Don't cut the book on. And I let my brain run the whole podcast out. That's what I usually do. I literally could do this every day, 3 times a day. I don't though. Why? Because it's so easy not to do it. I'm going to try my best to get back on it. But yeah, man, that's why I came over today, man. Give your brain time to work out your future. Stop getting distracted by randomness. Sit at a place by yourself. Do something by yourself where it's just you and your mind. Maybe, like I said, the treadmill, no music, no TV on, just mindless activity, and let your brain think about your future and what you could be doing to get that future. Do it 5 days. I promise you're going to come up with something amazing. You ain't got to thank me, but you will come up with something amazing. I promise you. All right, man. That's the video. I've been manifesting my life, man. Starting small. Geometric progression, okay? Geometric progression. The tiny things you do today gonna get you what you want in a year. But you have to do them today. And you reap the rewards in a year. If you can do something today and get the result tomorrow, it's probably fast food and it ain't good for you. I'm telling you, anything that you do today and you get the reward tomorrow, it's not good for you. I promise you. It ain't gonna last long. It ain't gonna last long, okay? The stuff that's worth having, you work hard today and you get it a year from now, 2 years from now. That's the stuff that's worth having. But yeah, man, that's the video podcast. I'm just in the house now, so hopefully I bring you a lot more of these. I hope you found value in this and work for next year. All right, man.